good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And everybody has been hitting me up talking about my boy, Nick Cannon. And of course, we all know Nick Cannon from Wild 'N Out, certain movies, music. I mean, Nick Cannon, he does it all, right? And you know, as he gets older, he's become more advanced in the business. He has a great studio out there, and he's been doing his thing, right? He's been, basically with Viacom and the Nickelodeon channel, which is owned by Viacom, for over 20 years, and he's made a lot of money doing so. But you know what's interesting, man? These podcasts that guys are starting to have on their YouTube channel, that's getting a little bit too real, kind of off the record. Let me just kind of back up. Nick Cannon has a podcast called The Cannon Class. Now, a lot of it is catered towards the black community, and you saw, my boy Tariq Nasheed was over there. You saw Minister Tony Muhammad over there. And then, you saw Professor Griff over there. And we all know how Professor Griff is. Professor Griff was in Public Enemy. He made some commentary towards the Jewish community that people thought was wrong. And he got kicked out of Public Enemy but because of it. And people thought that he didn't say anything wrong. And Professor Griff has paid that price over the years. And Professor Griff has stayed true to his guns, right? And during the podcast, he talked about, Professor Griff, that the European Jews control the media, control rap music, control certain things, right? And certain aspects that people believe promote negative stereotypes of African Americans, whether it's in the hip hop music, whether it's in the media against blacks. People think that these companies that have Jewish or European Junior Jewish hierarchy, while at the same time they portray blacks in a negative stereotypes, won't allow blacks to call them out on whatever it is that they're doing. And for people like me and normal people like us, we're not really in the big entertainment industry, not like, Professor Griff is or Nick Cannon is. Nick Cannon agreed, right? He said, you're speaking facts. Well, how do we know this? Because Nick Cannon works for Viacom, and Viacom has a CEO named Robert Backish. Now, Robert Backish is a very successful CEO, and I looked at, Robert Backish, because he looks like, he's a European guy, but when I look at him and I saw the last name, that don't sound like a white person's last name. And when I looked at it, I saw, this is a European Jewish name.
Wow.
And when you look at the people who own Viacom and run Viacom, they are the European Jews.
Oh my God.
Now, although Nick Cannon has built his career with these same people, there is something about the entertainment industry that he feels that he knows. And because of this comment and agreeing with those things, he's been ousted out. Now, he also said that the Semitic people are black. He agreed with that. He also made some comments towards whites and said that they were less. But what ended up happening was, after saying these things and agreeing with Professor Griff, Nick Cannon's done.
Jesus Christ.
He's done with Viacom. He's done with Wild 'N Out. He's been fired by MTV. And now you're left with, okay, where do you go from here? Now, another thing too, a lot of people have been coming into question for supporting Louis Farrakhan. Now, I talked about this with Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is another person that supports Louis Farrakhan's message. Ice Cube is known for that. Now here you have Nick Cannon coming out and saying this. Why are all of these people coming out, risking their careers, agreeing with whatever Louis Farrakhan is saying, although they know that, hey, we're not gonna get the support? And the same thing, right? Deshaun Jackson was also punished for his commentary by the Philadelphia Eagles and their staff. The Philadelphia Eagles has a Jewish owner and a Jewish general manager. And it goes back to what I wanted to say to this. As black people, we see what happens when you have ownership. Ownership comes with power. And again, people want to be upset about what's happening, but here's the truth. The Jews understand ownership. Now, it could be what you would consider the so-called, however you want to put it. They have ownership. And if you say something that they don't like or they feel that is offensive, you are done. And then they'll beat you into an apology. Just like Nick Cannon had to apologize after being fired. Date Music, he says this.
Anyone who knows me knows that I have no hate in my heart, nor malice intentions. I do not condone hate speech, nor the spread of hateful rhetoric. We are living in a time when it is ever more important than ever to promote unity and understanding.
Date Music!
Until then, I hold myself accountable for this moment and take full responsibility because my intentions are only to show that as a beautiful human species, we have way more commonalities and differences. So let's embrace those as well, each other. We all family.
You wasn't saying that on the show, bro. Now all of a sudden we all family. You wasn't saying that when you said that white people were less than blacks. But here's the situation. If you want to survive in this industry, you got to say this. You got to talk like this. And black people understand that when you have power, you don't have to go out and march. There's no such thing as Jewish lives matter. There's Black Lives Matter because black people don't understand the power of ownership. Jewish, European, Jewish, any form of Jews that I've met understand this. They rule from their ability to create opportunities for themselves. They stick together, they unify, and anybody come against them, you're done. Black people gotta understand power. And you've seen it happen with Deshaun Jackson just now. You've seen it happen with Nick Cannon just now. If you don't have power, you don't have nothing. This goes beyond voting. The Jews are 5 million people in the United States. Voting and all, no. When you have power, you exercise it. And when you're powerless, you have to apologize for everything. Even if you don't feel that what you said was wrong. And until black people understand power from a corporate perspective, from a unification perspective, you're going to get this. And you can't complain about it. You can't have the ability to have free speech or talk about, you don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. And this is why I want to tell black people, now is the time to start putting your money up on what you believe in. You can agree or disagree with what Nick Cannon said, I don't care. But whatever it is you believe in, put your money up. Because the people who put their money up are going to have a voice louder than you every single time. It don't matter that you 44 million in the population, they only 5 million in the population. They put their money up, they build it together, their voice is always going to ring louder than yours. Their unity is always going to ring louder than yours. And black people got to understand that. You don't get nowhere without unification. You don't get nowhere without business. You don't get nowhere without economics. You can fight and march and do all the stuff you want. If you don't have power, you don't have nothing. And you will continue to be just like Deshaun or Nick Cannon. And I'm going to say it like this. If Nick Cannon knew that speaking out would cause this, why did you do it? Like, don't say something and you can't stand on it. You can't stand on it. You lost the bag. Now you want to detract it. Why detract it? And maybe I will tell you this. Some of you brothers out there, I'm going to tell you. If you want to tell the truth and spit the truth and you don't have no power, shut up. Truth don't mean nothing when you ain't got no power behind it. Putting the truth out there don't mean nothing if you ain't going to get some support. And we all know that ain't nobody going to come and start supporting Nick Cannon right now. Can't depend on us. Everybody knows that. So sometimes it's better to be quiet until you got something to stand on. Be worried about working together with other blacks, building stuff. And then if you want to come out and be controversial, you have something to back you up. Like Louis Farrakhan, to a certain degree, he can say whatever he want to say. But most of us can't do that. So until then, keep your mouth shut at your jobs. Keep your opinions to yourself. If you can't work, if you can't risk getting fired, let your works, your actions speak for itself. Keep your opinions to yourself and silently work with your people to do something better. So guys, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. Guys, you know, I definitely appreciate all that you do. And, check me out on Patreon, all of that. And guys, as you know, the buffoonery remains awesome. Don't forget your Black Men Perf t-shirts. Peace.